Hey everybody, it's Matt here, and today we're doing what I assume will be a shorter episode of Did I Get What I Ordered? I have no idea yet. It isn't in the editing room yet. We're kind of doing this all right now. So, either way though, these two games are ones that another set of games that you would not expect to be put into one video. Why is it two set of games? Because one of them is a compilation, so I thought it would be best to just kind of highlight it in its own video. I got this game around the time it released, which means that this footage is old. Some of these did I get what I ordered stuff is stuff that I filmed throughout the past year, so that's why they should be coming out on a rather weekly basis, depending on the schedule and all that stuff and what we can fit in. So these pickups are stuff over the last, some of these year and a half. So if you see these coming out weekly, don't think that they're all just stuff that I'm just getting every week, especially two of the games actually in this video. So either way, when it comes to these two, one of them is from my childhood. I'll be talking about that throughout the video, and the fact that it's on the console that it's on is definitely interesting to me. And then the other one is one that kind of caught my eye around my birthday in September, so I thought, wow, I really want to check this out, and you will see why in the video. So, without further ado, let's jump to the pickups. This is Shakedown Hawaii. So, what is Shakedown Hawaii? Well, it is a game that got a limited run release, but not from Limited Run Games. It was actually released by V-Blank Entertainment. So this is the special edition. It was limited to only 3,000 copies, and it is one of the last games released on the Wii U. So that's why I wanted to get it. You can see that I am struggling with this. So this special edition is a case within a case. Also, just going to put my thumb on the digital code for the soundtrack, which, by the way, soundtrack is great, and also want to mention that that digital code was in this limited edition as well, so that is what I paid a little bit extra for, I believe about $5 more. Both were heavily discounted by the end, though, when they wanted to sell off stock at around $15 each, but I got it when I thought it was going to sell out immediately, and that was, again, at around maybe like $30, and so this game is very reminiscent of early GTA, and when I say early GTA, I mean like PS1 GTA. So both editions of the game come with a full color manual, and this case just feels kind of bendy. I'm not knocking the case here, it just feels very flexible. So either way though, full color manual, really cool to see in 2021. I did get this, to be fair, in late 2020, but still, regardless, it's still really cool to see nonetheless, and also with the V-Blank seal of quality. And so when I said this is one of the last Wii U games, basically this just made the cut for games that could be printed officially by Nintendo for the Wii U. I don't know if there's still digital games coming out on the Wii U. I don't know if those can make the cut, but when it comes to physically printing games, this is one of the last. So for any of you Wii U collectors out there who are looking at stuff that isn't just stuff that you can get retail, because this one was, to be fair, specifically released on V-Blank's website. I do believe some of their newer stuff, like this game, is also on the Switch as well. Physically, I do believe those are being sold elsewhere, but I don't know if they're being sold through retailers. So other than online distributors. So if you want to count this, then you have to find this. Either way though, let's see if this thing works. Well, it read the disc, so that's the bare minimum, but let's actually, click on that little thing and see if we can actually, play the game, which is kind of what we're here to do. Oh, the art style in this game looks amazing. So, the story of this game follows an older CEO from the 80s, very much out of touch. His company is going bankrupt. He doesn't really know just anything about anything nowadays. And then you juxtapose his confusion with his son, who I believe is in his 20s, maybe even early 30s, who doesn't understand the value of money, who is very spoiled. And the two of them, you just kind of see their lives kind of change and intermingle, and you get to play as both of them. And the son is more prone to crime, but then the dad is just trying to find ways to make money in this ever-changing kind of freelancing economy, this gig economy. And it's very strange. I've only played 20 to 30 minutes of it, but it is such a funny game. and again, it just looks beautiful. And if you really want to get this game and you can't get it physically for the Wii U, it's a little bit too pricey on eBay, stuff like that, because again, it is sold out. I would suggest getting it digitally, not just on the Wii U, it's on the PS4, Switch, on Steam. I don't know if it's on Xbox, either One, X, any of those, but either way, when it comes to playing this game in general, I would highly recommend it. And now it's time for the sad purchase of the episode, and I really wish I'd been able to do this video sooner, because if I did, the tone of this part of the video would have been a lot different than what it is right now. So this is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It's been removed from the eShop, not just physical purchasing websites and retail stores, and the back here is just very odd. I mean, look, I know that these games are well known. I grew up with all three of them, so I obviously know them. Not Galaxy as much as I would like, but, you know, I know that they exist, but I know what they're about. But for any younger person, you know, like children who just don't really know about these games, yes, I know Wikipedia exists and YouTube exists, but still, very strange that they just have one sentence, don't even need one paragraph, 2, maybe 3 sentences, but it's very strange to only have one sentence for each. And I mean, I guess that's a good way to describe them, but only if you know what they're about. Or at least specifically looking at Galaxy. The music though, the soundtracks though, those are amazing. I think those are a great addition to this set. And I even think that the set is worth $60, because I do think that at least Galaxy alone could be a $20, $25 game. Sunshine could be a $10 to $15 game, and you can easily have Super Mario 64 being a $10 to $15 game. Now, opening this thing up, I do like the artwork, kind of a reversible cover, but not really for the case itself. But then looking at the Switch game, I don't really like that at all. I get it, that's the logo they went with, but for the cartridge, it's just, does the E for everyone have to be that big? Does it? Really? I am not a fan. But anywho, let's see if this game actually works. It should, but you know what? You never know. Okay, so it does read the game, and also, side note, I highly recommend Donut County. Seriously, wherever you play games, find it. It's on Game Pass, it was on sale for the Switch. Seriously, you gotta get it. But either way, ooh, look at this. See, so I understand some of the concerns. Some people saying, hey, it's things that this is emulation. Some people, what I don't understand is some people were saying, oh, this should be redone like the Insane Trilogy for Crash. No, it should not. I want to play the original games if I'm playing the original games. Crash Insane Trilogy was definitely, you know, it might not have seemed a lot different, but as someone who really enjoyed the original 3 games a lot, or at least 2 and 3 a lot, 1 was okay. As someone who enjoyed those, it felt very different, and it was definitely a very different game, at least in how it felt. Looking at these soundtracks, by the way, there are so many of them that really, while I don't consider my Switch an MP3 player basically, I really could run it as such. Like, it is amazing to see how much music is on here, and that it's all legally available through this. So I think that's cool, and I do think that it does add to the value of this collection. But you know what, let's actually try out some games. Okay, maybe it's just me, but this game looks amazing. And the reason why I say that, I know that there are people out there that are like, hey, but you know, I emulated this game and I made it look so much better, and that's fine, right? But I still have this game on my original N64, my Pikachu N64. Some longtime fans of the channel have probably seen it in some videos somewhere, making some cameos. So the fact that I'm playing it on that, and then I'm either using original AV cables, even though your TV will naturally upscale it, still on original AV cables, or I recently got some HD cables. I'll talk about that in a future episode of Did I Get What I Ordered, but still, I got that, and it does look better, but at the same time, you know, looking at this game through the Switch, it looks so much better, in my opinion, than it did on the original N64. Now again, I get it if you're emulating, but I'm not emulating, at least N64 stuff for the most part, unless of course it's for one of our fan translation videos that I do on this very channel. You can check those out, description box down below. No, but really though, not only do I think this game looks great, but I also think that it feels right in a Joy-Con or even on a Pro controller. This specific one. Now, when it comes to Super Mario Sunshine, well, maybe it's just muscle memory, but I keep on getting everything wrong in this game. Everything. And, you know, when it comes to my experience with Super Mario Sunshine, I had it on the GameCube, never had the chance to beat it. My little brother, I love him, his identity will remain anonymous. He kept on accidentally, quote unquote, deleting my save. So I just never had the chance to beat the game because it happened twice. And it was like, really? Twice by accident when I get farther than you in the game? Once, okay, but twice? Again, his identity will be kept a secret, but he knows who he is. I really do love him though. This is when we were kids. But look, what matters is that playing this game with a Switch controller, either, you know, Joy-Cons or Pro Controller, it's just, I keep on getting the inputs wrong. Again, maybe it's me, but I'm going to take no responsibility ever and just put it on the game itself. And again, just like Super Mario 64, the game looks great, and I probably just have to get used to it with the new control scheme. But also want to mention that as far as I'm concerned, it ran really well. Didn't have any crazy frame rate drops or anything like that, so I would definitely recommend it. So I was super curious as to how they were going to handle Super Mario Galaxy, a game that I just beat within the last 2 years or so, review of that coming out on our Game Time channel, and I was wondering how they were going to do it because usually with these save profiles, you have your Miis. No Miis on the Switch, so I was wondering how they were going to handle that. And so what they ended up doing was they had actually these little icons just representing a few different Mario characters. So I was like, oh, that's nice, because I was wondering what you were going to do. Could you have a little Mii creator in the actual game itself? Had no idea. So that was nice. Also using the Joy-Cons motion control, not that difficult. I didn't have a problem doing that. You know, it's better, I think, than the Wii's, and I still feel better holding a controller, even if it's a motion control situation. Feel better holding a controller than actually waving my arms around, because that was the one thing that ended up hurting me, literally hurting my arm for hours and hours when trying to play the game on the Wii. So this game looks amazing, but I wasn't as impressed with it as I was with the original 2. Now the reason why, like I mentioned before, with 64 I used composite cables and I also used an HD upscaler. When it came to Sunshine, I actually just played it on an original GameCube back in the day with composite cables, and when it came to this game, that I should also mention, I borrowed the original Wii version of Galaxy from one of my best friends, Anthony, friend of the channel as well. You've probably seen him on the channel before. Love you, Anthony. I don't know if he's watching this video. If he does, he's going to get a lovely shout out. If not, then he'll never know. But I'll tell him. Just go watch the video, maybe. Either way, when I borrowed it from him, I used a Wii that I have component cables for. They're third-party component cables, but they work pretty damn well. So when looking at that, and again, just comparing it to, you know, what this is, like what this looks like, it's better, but I don't believe it's night and day. Again, when comparing it to 64 and Sunshine. While it was kind of difficult trying to get used to the controls for this game, it was definitely easier than it was trying to get used to this version of Super Mario Sunshine. Again, just for me. But when you look at both, it was a lot easier trying to get used to Super Mario 64. It's not anything on their end, it's just me trying to remap my brain. Basically, muscle memory is a hell of a thing. So I definitely recommend this collection either way if you can find it. I wouldn't say you should pay any more than $60 to $70. Remember though, just as a quick reminder, I don't believe I said this in the video proper with my face and everything. Just remember that even though this game is not being made anymore, that doesn't mean that Nintendo went around and removed it from all store shelves. They did not say that they were recalling every copy, as far as I know. So remember that you could potentially go into your local store if you haven't bought it yet and see if it's still available. There's a good chance that you can still find it. Alright, so let's jump back to me in front of the shelf.
And those were the pickups. What am I doing with my hands?
Either way, hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much. Love you all. Take care. And before you go, if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. We do videos like this. We're trying to push them out every week, or at the very least twice per month. We also do Let's Plays and some other fun videos. And you can follow us, by the way, on all of our socials down in the description box down below to get updates. You can also hit that bell notification icon, but you can also get updates through our Twitter and also through our Facebook as well. So, love y'all. Take care and tune in next time for something completely different. Alright, everybody. So, see ya.